right now on 5 on your side at 10.
January thaw. It's finally here. When the next storm system heads our way and why the impacts won't be anything like 3 weeks ago.
The candidates face off at a St. Louis mayoral forum.
I owe you an apology. Sorry.
The admission tonight from the current office holder. Our top story, tragedy in North St. Louis County. A 4-year-old girl is dead, a victim of gunfire.
Obviously, this entire incident is heartbreaking. It's just a terrible situation all around.
Tonight, investigators are working to figure out what led to the shooting of the young girl. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Kelly Jackson.
And I'm Mike Bush. This is the second child shot in North County in the last 2 days. This afternoon's shooting happened on Castle Drive. That's near 367 and Chambers Road. 5 on your side's Annie Krall was at the scene and talked with police tonight. Annie.
Mike and Kelly, St. Louis County Police tell me they're still investigating where the gun came from that killed the girl and who was inside the house when it went off. What's clear is that this comes less than 24 hours after a teen was shot just 5 miles away.
At 1:43 p.m. on Monday, St. Louis County Police got a call for shots fired on Castle Drive.
The officers responded. They found a victim suffering from what appeared to be a gunshot wound. They immediately took that victim and transported them to a hospital.
Police say it was a 4-year-old girl. She later died at the hospital.
Obviously, this entire incident is heartbreaking. It's something that it's just a terrible situation all around, and we certainly feel for the victim and their families.
Neighbors parked on Baroness Drive didn't want to go on camera, but told us they had to wait for more than 2 hours to get to their homes while police conducted their initial investigation.
We've had quite a few people coming by to see what's going on, and obviously there's not a whole lot of information that we can certainly share with them, but everybody's been very cooperative with us so far.
Just the day before, a teenager was shot on Criterion Avenue less than 10 minutes from where the 4-year-old girl was killed. The teenage boy was taken to the hospital where he's recovering from life-threatening injuries. St. Louis County Police say a suspect was taken into custody for Sunday's Spanish Lake shooting. In the wake of these two incidents, Lieutenant Corey Simons is asking people to be extra cautious.
It's certainly of paramount importance to us. Gun safety is certainly very important. There's gun locks available, firearm safety, and having it in a secure location in your residence is always certainly important, and the safety of those around it.
No charges have been filed in the 4-year-old girl's death. If you have any information, you're asked to call police or Crime Stoppers at that number on your screen, which is 866-371-TIPS.
Tonight, loved ones gathered in Glen Carbon to remember a Collinsville woman gunned down in her own driveway. The funeral for Portia Rowland took place just hours after investigators released new details in a murder-for-hire plot.
This was a horrific act of violence, truly shocking, and has left and will continue to leave a real mark on our community.
Today, prosecutors charged 3 people with first-degree murder. Investigators with the major case squad say Sammy Schaefer paid Marty Shaw $10,000 to kill Rowland. And last Tuesday morning, Shaw drove his cousin, Gary Johnson, to Rowland's home on Olive Street in Collinsville, where Johnson shot Rowland as she warmed up her car. All 3 suspects are being held in jail and expected to be in court tomorrow.
Our goal is to send a clear message to those who would conspire to commit murder, conspire to bring violence into our community for any reason, that they will be found, that they will be prosecuted, and that they will face severe consequences in the court of law when that happens.
Schaefer is being represented by St. Louis defense attorney Scott Rosenblum. He tells us his client is the husband of Rowland's girlfriend and plans to enter a not guilty plea. About an hour ago, the 4 candidates running to be the next St. Louis mayor wrapped up a neighborhood forum.
5 on your side's Brent Solomon was there as the incumbent in the race tried to melt away icy feelings about the city's slow response to the recent snowstorm. Brent.
Well, Kelly, Mike, a wide range of topics tonight and just a limited amount of time for each candidate to try to convince you that they're worthy of your vote come March 4th. Take a look at your screen right now. A packed house at the STL Activity Center on Arsenal Street. The 4 candidates hoping to be the next mayor, Mayor Tashara Jones, Alderwoman Kara Spencer, Recorder of Deeds Mike Butler, and businessman Andrew Jones, sitting side by side taking questions from the public. While a variety of topics came up, one that continued to surface was the city's response to the snowstorm. In fact, Mayor Jones began her introduction with an apology.
I am sorry that our city services did not meet the mark through our winter storm. I am sorry that it took us too long to pivot and ask for help. But I want to let you know that that's part of being in government. I hear you, we hear you, and we are making the steps to make this better.
I think St. Louis can do better. I think St. Louis can do better at filling the potholes. We can do better at picking up your trash, and we can certainly do better at clearing the ice off your streets.
I'm running for mayor to bring our city back to the basics. I've heard from many of you that you want to see your basic city services given to you better, like snow removal, trash collection, as well as leaf pickup.
I know that the city of St. Louis is at a crossroad. We have economic disparity, we have safety issues, challenges.
Also addressing the crowd tonight, the candidates running for comptroller. Incumbent Darlene Green touting an improvement in the city's credit rating. Candidate Sonia Geringer mentioning how she once served as an alderwoman. And Celeste Metcalf sharing her experience working in the comptroller's office and even in the treasurer's office in the past. All right, here's one more date to keep in mind. That's April 8th. And that's when St. Louisans will head back to the polls following the primary in March to then vote on a narrowed down list of candidates. We're live tonight in St. Louis. Brent Solomon, 5 on your side.
Tonight, new leadership takes over the St. Louis City Justice Center, a jail plagued by inmate deaths, riots, and health concerns. St. Louis Mayor Tashara Jones has named Doug Burris as interim commissioner. Burris, who's been serving as a consultant to the city, released his 22-page report today highlighting a lack of staff. Right now, the CJC has 74 correctional officers. It's authorized to have 198 positions.
I think the first thing that we need to tackle is getting more staff. And because I want to bring programming in, there's so much programming, but unless we have staff that can be there to safely let people out, then we're not going to be able to bring programming in.
Burris has a 60-day plan to tackle recruitment, retention, and bringing books into the facility.
A man is facing charges tonight after a body was found at a home in Macoupin County. 57-year-old Gerald Stilts is being held on multiple charges in connection to the murder of Chuck Perino Jr. His body was found yesterday at a home on Shipman Cutoff Road in Bunker Hill. Perino was a bartender at Bastile's Bar in Soulard, and friends there tell 5 on your side that he and Stilts recently ended their romantic relationship.
Tonight, a St. Louis couple is asking for your help finding their wheelchair accessible van.
Yeah, thieves stole it from outside their home in the Bevo neighborhood just 24 hours ago. And new at 10, 5 on your side's Laura Barczewski has the couple's plea to the community. Laura?
Mike and Kelly, Sherry Schilling is asking anyone and everyone to be on the lookout for her van. They bought it 3 months ago, and it's truly her lifeline.
Sherry Schilling has lived in the Bevo neighborhood with her husband John for decades.
And this is a phenomenal neighborhood. I know the city takes a bad rap, but this is a good neighborhood. These are still good, hard-working people that go to work every day.
But still, they're not immune to crime. She says their cars have been broken into in the past, but nothing like this.
And then my husband got up, and when he looked out the window, he said, "I saw the lights flashing on the back of your van." He said, and by the time I got outside, it was gone.
And I came back in and told her somebody stole our car.
Sherry has multiple sclerosis and is confined to a wheelchair.
You can either say I'm in a chair and my life's over, or this is the way my life is, and so I'm going to figure out how to work around it.
That workaround was her 2015 Burgundy Dodge minivan that had a motorized wheelchair lift. They saved for months to buy it.
It's everything to me to be able to go to the store by myself, to be able to go see my friends. You know, all of them say, "We'll come get you." Well, but that doesn't really work because I can't walk into the Y.
The van has multiple decals all over the back, including one exactly like this.
Also on the back, we got a pit bull symbol because we adopt pitties, and it's got a wheelchair on the back that's got flames coming out on it.
The Schillings filed a police report right away, but they also posted on Facebook asking for the community's help.
All I can ask is people keep their eye out, and please, 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 if you do spot it, call the police or call whoever, you know, because like she said, money-wise, and we don't have it. So.
Again, if you have any information, call St. Louis Police or Crime Stoppers to leave an anonymous tip at 866-371-8477. It happened around 9:30 Sunday night on Bingham Avenue, and it's a burgundy Dodge Town & Country minivan with decals on the trunk.
A live look now at Enterprise Center, where just hours ago a special return to the rink took place during tonight's Blues game. As part of Referee Appreciation Night, the Blues welcomed Dean Robinson to center ice. Robinson, a former local ref, took a stick to his left eye while officiating a junior Blues game back in October. The injury caused him to lose total vision in his left eye and put his truck driving career, in jeopardy. Hockey programs across the country help raise more than $86,000 for him.
Filing your taxes without deducting from your bank account. Tonight, we verify where you can file online for free.
There's a reason for the sunshine sky, and there's a reason.
Budweiser's smallest star making a big splash for the big game. How it would be the case of life imitating art for the Clydesdales in the Big Easy.
Day 23 of at least a trace of snow on the ground in St. Louis. Could we end that streak tomorrow? We're tracking the impact the milder weather is going to have on our roads and when the next rain rolls in.
Today marks International Holocaust Remembrance Day. It also marks 80 years since the liberation of the Auschwitz death camp, where Nazis murdered more than 1 million people, mostly Jews. Survivors return to the site today to pay tribute to those who lost their lives there. Here in St. Louis, the Kaplan-Feldman Holocaust Museum remembered the victims, reading their names aloud, one at a time.
Fanny Wunderlich, age 82, date of death, May 11th, 1944.
They were only able to get through 6,000 out of the 6 million Jews who died during the Holocaust. Museum staff says the difficult task is worth it to make sure their stories are never forgotten.
It's difficult even to read names for 15 minutes, but it's so important because reading the names of the victims is literally the least we can do to make sure that they're remembered.
The museum also let guests pay however much they liked for tickets today.
A sudden move tonight by the CDC. The agency has ordered U.S. public health officials to stop working with the World Health Organization immediately and await further guidance. Last week, President Trump issued an executive order to withdraw from the WHO. However, that requires approval from Congress. A big departure tonight from historic Main Street in St. Charles. Schlafly has closed its Bankside Brew Pub at the corner of Main Street and Boone's Lick Road. 5 years ago this month, Schlafly took over the old Trailhead Brewery. Owners say their lease was up and the landlord wants to make much needed repairs to the property.
Well, tax season officially kicked off today. The IRS in both Missouri and Illinois are now accepting 2024 income tax returns.
And you may be seeing lots of ads claiming you can file your taxes for free. Tonight, KSDK from our Verify team looks into whether that's really the case.
We're all looking to save money on taxes, including when we file them. Many companies say they offer free filings, but people on social media have complained that services advertised as free don't always turn out that way by the time they go to submit. So let's verify, can you file your federal income taxes for free? Our sources are the Free File Alliance, the IRS, AARP, and Cash App. The short answer is yes, but it gets more complicated if your household's adjusted gross income is more than $84,000. If you earn less than that, then you can use a program called Free File. It's a partnership between the IRS and tax software companies that lets you use the software for free. You must click through the IRS's website to get the fees waived. Another free option is called Direct File. This one lets you file straight to the IRS without any outside software. And it's available to people with household incomes up to $200K. But it only works for simple tax returns, and right now is only available for residents of these 25 states. You could also submit raw tax forms through the IRS website, though you'd be flying solo without any software to help do the calculations or autofill lines. Seniors can use free programs from AARP or the IRS to do their taxes, and Cash App Taxes allows many people to use their software for free. So we can verify, yes, most people can file their federal taxes for free. With your Verify, I'm Casey Decker.
Illinois is one of 25 states taking part in the IRS Direct File program. Missouri is not, but does offer options for free tax filing. We have all that info in the As Seen on TV section of KSDK.com. By the way, tax returns are due by April 15th. What would you like for us to verify? Send an email to verify@ksdk.com.
The Kansas City Chiefs are going for an historic Super Bowl three-peat, and fans are already flocking to get their merch for the big game. AFC champion shirts went on sale just minutes after the Chiefs beat the Buffalo Bills last night. It's KC's 5th Super Bowl berth in 6 years, and fans are buying up everything and anything red and gold.
I got a Chiefs hat, Kansas City shirt, Chiefs jacket. I have another KC shirt under here, and I got my Chiefs socks.
I love walking around and just showing it off, and I get a lot of people that are all for it, high-fiving me, but I get some haters too.
Yeah, of course. The Chiefs will face the Philadelphia Eagles on Sunday, February 9th at the Caesars Superdome in New Orleans. That's a rematch of Super Bowl 57 from 2 years ago.
Another Missouri team is headed to the Big Easy for the big game.
So, a horse walks into a bar, and what?
Budweiser unveiled its Super Bowl ad today called First Delivery. The star of the show is a Clydesdale foal who finds a lost keg that fell from the hitch. He nudges it along the way and makes the delivery all by himself. Anheuser-Busch is bringing the spot to life by having the world-famous Budweiser Clydesdales making beer deliveries in New Orleans.
Chief Meteorologist Scott Connell rejoins us now with the weather impact forecast, and the impact is warmer weather, right, Scott?
Warmer weather. We're going to be melting a lot this week. Frosty is going by. All right, mild week ahead. Of course, a lot of the snowmen have already started to morph into other creatures at this point. But the snow meltdown really getting underway. You know, we're not going to get rid of those really hard, frozen, crusty, giant piles at the grocery store, but we're going to make progress on that. Problem is, this freeze-thaw cycle, the potholes we've endured here because of all that moisture we had with that big storm back at the beginning of the month, they're on the increase now, and that's not going to change this week. In fact, rain is arriving later Thursday into Friday, and that's just going to exacerbate the potholes. As you look across the region, there are no big weather systems coming our way in the next couple of days. The clouds tonight, actually coming in from the north, have tended to fizzle a bit as they're pushing off to the east. So as we track our impacts here, at least the potential for them throughout the rest of the next 7 days, really it's Thursday and Friday with some impact expected. We are anticipating some rain pushing in, especially after lunchtime on Thursday into Thursday night. Some of it may even be heavy overnight Thursday night south of St. Louis, and then it kind of becomes more showery as we head into Friday, so maybe less of an impact on Friday. 41 degrees right now. We haven't dropped all that much, 46 for the high. Winds out of the west-southwest at 13. We do have that little boundary that's going to try to slip in here from the north. Doesn't really have a big impact tonight. We're just below or around freezing out the door tomorrow morning. Since we did get some melting today with mid-40s, there could be a little bit of black ice early on, but we quickly go back above freezing tomorrow, and it's a bright, beautiful day with plenty of sunshine. We're looking at highs in the mid-50s. Looking at the big picture, a couple of sprinkles in the southeast, a few snow showers and some lake effect snow around the Great Lakes. And then you have this system out in Southern California and that moisture feed coming in out of the Pacific across Mexico. Those two tag up, and as we head towards Thursday and Friday, 1 to 2 inches of rain common to our south. Some of our southern sections, especially south of St. Louis, likely to see an inch of rain. Lesser amounts as you go farther north and west of St. Louis. Timing on that, it nudges in around lunchtime and into the afternoon on Thursday. We could have a soggy commute. If it looks like it's going to be a drenching rain on Thursday for our evening commute, we may have to do a weather impact alert for that. But certainly at this point, it's mainly just rain. There's no winter weather in here. In fact, tomorrow and Wednesday, good days to get your car washed. Sure, it's going to get a little dirty right after that, you know, because it does rain on Thursday and maybe even in on Friday too. But the reality is We all want that gunk off our car. It's so thick. So while I'll be driving the Pinto through the car wash tomorrow, Frank will be having Monique hand wash, the Ferrari.
Yes, his Ferrari and his Lamborghini.
All right. All right. Thanks, Scott. Here is Frank, Pinto owner Frank Cusimano.
You know it's a Vega. Can the Blues win a home game? Please. Is there a Josh Schertz, Pat Riley connection? I will explain. And one Super Bowl quarterback doesn't seem enthralled with his head coach.
This 5 on Your Side Sports Report is sponsored by Onder Law Injury Attorneys.
3 things for sure in this world: death, taxes, and the Blues are going to be down 2-0 before you finish your first beverage. The Vancouver Canucks came to town and went to town. Less than 3 minutes in, Quinn Hughes, Connor Garland, too easy, 1-0. The captain tried to set the tone later and lands a bomb on JT Miller. What a right by Braden Shen. Did it motivate the squad? Not really. Garland will pounce on the rebound there for a 2-0 lead. 4-1 in the third. Colton Parayko will score his career-high 11th goal when he pushes it off the defenseman. Not enough. Vancouver hands the Blues their 3rd straight loss, 5-2.
Not good enough in every area. Special teams, 5-on-5 play, D zone, neutral zone, O zone, coaching. We all weren't good enough tonight.
Scott Perunovich was a 2nd-round pick of the Blues 7 years ago, and the skilled defenseman came with so much promise. Today he was traded to the Islanders, likely for a 5th-round pick in 2026. His career was hindered by injuries, and the former College Player of the Year never quite found his niche. This guy did, and it was style. Behind me is the person I think is the most stylish man in American history, Pat Riley. He violated the laws of cool. The president of the Heat and the former Hall of Fame coach wore Armani, and the spread collar on his shirt became known simply as the Pat Riley spread collar. SLU coach Josh Schertz has never been a candidate for the cover of GQ. In fact, Schertz is a sweatshirt guy. Understandable? He wants to feel comfortable while coaching, and he did it at Indiana State also. But tomorrow night versus VCU, it's coaches versus cancer night, and coaches across the country will be wearing suits and sneakers. With the help of his wife, Natalia, the coach is going all Pat Riley on us.
Pat Riley would probably be, somewhere like that, like some sort of like fashion model in Paris type attire. I assume. I'm not to let her pick it out, but I would assume like fashion modelish, something like. It'll probably go viral, whatever I wear. So it'll look like right off the rack too.
The Spartans of De Smet have not lost to a team in the state this season, but playing at a packed house at Chaminade is a dangerous proposition. They are massive. This is Jahidi White Jr., the son of an NBA player, 6'9", 250, and skilled. This is his little brother, Jamison, who says, "Get the weak stuff out of here." The outlet pass to Colin Keller. Chaminade rolls 68-52. Let's head to Clayton High School. Ryan McCarthy has done a great job with Parkway South, but Sumner Ahern has done nice work with the Greyhounds. This is Eli Faust, who's averaging 21 points a game. Now the Patriots have one of the best shows in town, Noah Barnes. He can handle it and hit shots with a great degree of difficulty. He's averaging 24 points and 6 assists tonight. He had 26, and South had a 62-57 victory. $23 billion was bet on last year's Super Bowl. This year, it should be more. Kelly Jackson is in for $100 grand on the number of times Taylor Swift will be shown on the broadcast. Last year, it was 12. Kelly is betting the over. There will be a lot of prop bets on Eagles quarterback Jalen Hurts. He was out of sight against the Commanders. 3 rushing touchdowns, and he threw for another. Jalen and coach Nick Sirianni have had issues all season, but the coach gushed about his quarterback after the game. How about the quarterback on his coach?
Well, he's done a great job. He's done a great job. I guess he let me on my straitjacket a little bit today.
Now, you can say that when you're making $255 million and playing great.
Wow.
Yep. How about that?
Good
luck on your bet.
We're going to have 2 weeks.
Thanks, Frank.
We're going to have 2 weeks of that.
Yes.
Yeah. Thanks, Frank.
Hosting a Super Bowl party won't sack your budget this year. How you can stuff your wallet by stuffing your face.
Well, you won't have to change your game plan on spending for your Super Bowl party.
Wells Fargo says feeding 10 people a spread of chicken wings, guac chips, and beer will cost you $139. That's just 10 cents more than last year.
And you can make big bucks by gorging on your favorite football foods. The website Finance Buzz is looking for a snack food taste tester
Scott.
ahead of the big game, and the gig pays $1,000.
That is so Scott. And this year you can get your Girl Scout cookie fix at Wendy's. The Thin Mint Frosty features the iconic Girl Scout cookie. They go on sale February 21st.
And Frank, pay attention. Krispy Kreme is now offering a new sweet for your sweetheart this Valentine's Day. The Hearts in Bloom collection features heart-shaped donuts in a flower bouquet box. They went on sale today.
Looks good.
Yeah.
Not bad.
There you have it. 5 on your side at 10. We're always streaming on 5+.
Be sure to start your day with Today in St. Louis beginning at 4 a.m. Have a great tomorrow.